G'day cocktail lovers, this is the latest in a long line, what seems like an almost endless line of Manhattan variations. It's called a Bedford and Grand, and it's always interesting to me when someone comes up with a cocktail that's inspired by a Manhattan. Your traditional Manhattan, pretty straightforward. It's usually 2 ounces, 60 mils of whiskey, often rye whiskey, and 1 ounce or 30 mils of sweet vermouth. The variations tend to mix it up with the spirit sometimes, splits of different spirits, and they'll change out the sweet vermouth. Again, sometimes a split of the aromatized wines, and this one is no exception. It's just gone with 2 ounces of rye whiskey, but it's gone with some interesting variations on the other side. But before I take you through those, I am going to have a quick taste because I haven't tasted it yet. Let's go. Doesn't disappoint. It smelled really good when I was stirring it, and the taste doesn't disappoint. I'll tell you about the ingredients now. I have a few rye whiskies from both Australia and the US, and I've decided to go with an Australian one, local distillery, The Gospel, Australia's only rye whiskey specialists. There are other distilleries that make rye whiskies, but they also tend to make single malts and blended whiskies. The Gospel just makes rye. Well, they do make some liqueurs as well, but they specialise in rye whiskey. This is their straight rye whiskey, comes in at 45% ABV or 90 proof. The recipe I found on the Differs Guided website recommended a very specific vermouth to go in, and I looked it up, and it turns out that vermouth is actually a blend of sweet, dry and blanc vermouths. So a mix of all the traditional styles of vermouth. I thought, okay, I cannot find that specific bottle anywhere, but I'm doing a mix of my own sweet, blanc and dry vermouths. And there is also some sherry in there. Just for a second, I forgot what this is called. It's called sherry, and there is just a bar spoon of maraschino liqueur. This is from a local maker, they call it naked maraschino. You'll see this is coloured. Often when you get maraschino liqueurs, they'll be clear because of the distillation method. The local maker White Possum calls this naked maraschino. They don't use any artificial elements in there, and they keep the natural colours rather than filtering them out. And then we add a bit of orange bitters, and that's everything. But I'll show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, we put 2 ounces or 60 mils of rye whiskey, then 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of the blended vermouth, then half an ounce or 15 mils of sherry, then around a bar spoon or 5 mils of maraschino liqueur. Rounding things out is 2 dashes of orange bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, then straining that into a chilled coupe and garnishing it with a maraschino cherry on a skewer. It's not a really extreme change from a traditional Manhattan like some of the variations are. It's a really interesting drink that's all its own, and I think you'll enjoy it. If you like a Manhattan, you should definitely try a Bedford and Grand. What you should really do is the odd like, comment, subscribe. Well, just look after yourself, because that's really important, and then come back and see me sometime, and I'll make another cocktail, hopefully give you some inspiration to do something at home, or maybe order it while you're out. Either way, until I see you again, I'll say cheers.